Do you know one of the worst pains in life is? And I'm talking mentally. What's going on inside your head? It's not coming from not knowing the answer, but is from knowing the actual answer. But you're too afraid of acting on it. And then you turn around and you look at it one more time, and things turn out just how you thought it would. But you were too afraid to act on it. You were doubting yourself again and again. Because you were afraid of being hurt, of being wrong, of having to face regret, and now you're facing regret again. I know, that sounds like it's gonna be a very depressing episode, right? It might be, so, just want to give you a heads up. It might be one of those episodes. But thank you for being here today. And I really hope you've been having a good day. And I hope this, this introduction of the episode didn't ruin your day or anything, okay? I'm just, going with the flows and just speaking my mind, And I was suffering, on the inside, and I went out to the balcony earlier in the morning, and it was pretty hot today. I sat out there, and it was misery. It was very humid, but I was just laying there. I laid down the little mat, and I just lay there. For the first time, probably ever since I moved into this place, almost a year, and I've never laid out there. Isn't that crazy? But yes, I laid out there, and I was just looking at the sky, admiring how beautiful it was. It was so crystal clears and blues, and it just makes your soul feels alive. And all of a sudden I saw all of these patterns. The patterns that you never pay attention to. Because we're so busy. We're so busy with our today's life. Work, school, kids, family, responsibility, grocery, laundry, all that kind of stuff. You have to pay attention. You have to take care of. But now, if I choose to focus, choose to pay attention to, there's all kind of patterns, they're floating around. I'm not sure if you've seen it this, or it's just me. But when you pay attention, you see all these floaty things. It's they would stay still if you're not looking at it. But when you try to look at it, when you try to chase it, it's kind of like runaway. It's weird. It's all the bubbly looking, like a change of bubbly thing. It's weird. Maybe I'm hallucinating. I don't know. But I'm seeing them now. But I even see them more vivid when I was outside. There were these stringy thing. They're like these tiny little stringy floating all over. I know. It sounds like I'm a crazy person, I know. But you have to try it for yourself. But I'm not talking about these floaty things, but just life in general. sometimes we're just so caught up with the things that keeping us up at night. Things we have to worry about. The future, the past, the regrets, the choices you didn't make, the decisions you wish you did make. And like me, for example, you work so hard every day, 6 days a week. Of course, I don't do Sundays anymore. 6 days a week from 9 to 7 every day, 9 to 7. And I don't get home until 8. So let's say, I get out of here around 8:30 in the morning. Gotta work at 9. Go to work, stay work, and then people don't get out until 7:30. And we have to clean up afterward. We have to clean before we go home. So that's another 30-minute commute home. So if I'm lucky, I get home around 8. So we're talking 12 hours working every day. Well, not 12, you know what I'm saying. Out of the house, 12 hours. And you're working so hard. You make money. You invest. And now I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid to share these things anymore. If anyone hear it and they think I'm stupid, delusional, so be it. I'll be that delusional person. And if one of my family or people that I know listen to this, well, you know what? That is one of my biggest fear. But at the same time, that is one of the fears that I need to conquer. But yes, I invest. I put money into the stock market. Every dollar that I make, they either go into the stock market or they go into rent, food, grocery, nothing else, no entertainment. I do have YouTube Premium though. That's the one thing that I have. And that's it. I work. And I invest. And it's like a roller coaster, you go ups and down. And here I am again. Back to nothing again. And it feels like I want to just go to the pantry and whip out that big meat smasher and just go smash everything. Smash the TV, smash the windows, just smash everything that I see. To be clear, I've never done it before. It just, it's just that weird feeling that you want to do it, but you don't want it, but you don't do it, It just felt like I wanted to go crazy. From, on the inside. I was going crazy. But I had to act like everything's alright at work yesterday too. I have to act like everything's fine. Everything's sunshine, rainbow. And I still have things figured out. You know what, even worse? Like I'm broke as fuck. But recently on Mother Day, I gave my mom $1,000. And 2 days ago, Father Days, I gave my dad $500. I've never done that. Because in front of them, in their eyes, I'm always that broke kid. For somehow, he's worked every day, every night, all day, throughout for the last 4 or 5 years. I've been working, just working, no vacation, nothing. And I'm still broke. In their eyes, I'm broke as fuck, and they know I'm doing something that keeping me broke. They know that I'm doing something shady because I never told them. And now I'm acting like I have things figured out. I gave them money just so they realize, just so they think that, oh, now he's making money. He's having spare money to give it to us. I wanted to give him some sort of belief that I finally figured out, so they no longer have to worry about me. And I hope it's been working. But yeah, I'm still struggling to pay rent. Now I have more debt than I ever had. And I'm going zero on my portfolio. And it's like the last hope that you have, the last thing that you thought would get you out of this rug, slip away one more time. And now you're left with empty-handed, with nothing left to hold on to. And now maybe I'm thinking, maybe those people were right. Maybe I'm just a delusional, a gambler. Because I can't call it investment if it keep on going back to zero. It's a gambling. Maybe I've been wrong with the past. I don't know, sin never seen 2018. It's been 18 years. It's been 8 years. Can you believe that? Gosh. Where did all the time go? But yeah, I'm not making this episode to be a motivation, to make a motivational speech or anything. But just to accept the reality for what it is. And while I was sitting out there in the balcony, I thought about religion. And I'm not a religious person at all, because my family is Buddhism. And in Buddhism, there's no restriction. You don't have to go to church every Sunday. Well, you don't. Even if you're a Christian now, even if you are a Christian, you don't have to go every Sunday. I'm saying, if you're a Christian, I feel like you're more obligated to, have faith in God and believe in God and things like that. But in Buddhism, there's really no God. There's Buddha, but it's not like he's a God, It's like not like you have to follow him or trust in him, or it's more like a free will kind of thing. Because the main theme around Buddhism is relieve oneself from suffering. Buddha say, well, not what he said, I'm not sure, but in the sense like life is a suffering. We suffer not because we don't have enough, not enough to survive, but we suffer from not having enough. Once you get this amount of money, you want more. Once you have that, you no longer want it, you want more. And it's always more. And the more we want, the more we suffer. Just like me now. Trying to want more so I can get out of debt, so I can finally be free. Without knowing that I'm free now. I'm not being locked up in a prison. I'm just being locked locked. Actually, I'm being locked in a prison in my mind. A prison that say you cannot get out until you pay up all your debt. You cannot leave until you pay off all of your student loan. And you cannot leave until you have it all figured out. So I delay all of my trips. I delay all of the things that I really wanted to do because I keep on telling myself I have to have it all figured out first. And even now, I don't have the answer. But one thing I do know for sure, if I stop going to the gym just like today, if I stop cooking, if I stop working on myself from now on, just because I fucked up, just because I'm back to square one again, just because I've lost all the hopes of making it out of this shithole that I'm in, then it's done for. I'm cooked. But as I'm speaking right now, without realizing it, I still have one last thing that I'm holding on to, which is this podcast. Let me check. You know, on YouTube Studio I have 21 subscribers now, which included me. So I guess it's 20. It's not bad, isn't it? Even though one episode, 40748, I haven't posted other episode too, but still, not bad, right? I mean, I'm not making any money from this amount of subscriber. Let's go to Spotify. Let's see. Okay, alright. I have one follower on Spotify. Let me screenshot it, just in case if you ever wonder. There you go. One follower on Spotify and 297 plays. And now I'm scrolling, and none of the episodes recently had any plays. Oh, one from last 2 weeks had 3 plays. It's like you're posting these episodes and no one's listening. It makes you feel pathetic, especially the episode that you think is not good enough, it's funny, it's silly, it's messy, and you still post it out there anyway for people to make fun of you. It's a very terrifying thing to do, but I've been trying to work on it because I'm gonna post it anyway. And if you can learn anything from this podcast, I want it to be something for you to keep with the rest of your life. It's not because I have it figured out. It's not because I made it. But it's because I'm still here. I'm still alright. I'm still alive. And it's not as bad as you thought it would. It's the fear of judgment. It took me so long to post the first podcast episode because I was afraid. I was afraid to say things and people would listen to this and they'll be like, what the fuck is this Martin saying? What the fuck is this immigrant, speaking? He had this silly accents, and like I have all these doubting, these self-limiting belief. It was scary because I'm not like everybody else here. I felt like a black sheep, even in my family. Everyone thinks I'm, weird for eating all these organic foods and spending money on these, food that's so expensive. I don't know, anyway, that's a story for another day. But I want this to stay with you because I've done it. I've done it. Over 400 times, 400 times. It's fucking crazy how I did it. I'm not saying that because, I have thousands of viewers, I have thousands of subscribers now. No. I have 1 on Spotify and 20 on YouTube. And I'm saying it's sometimes it's not about the amount of followers, the amount of views that you have, but it's the voice that tell yourself inside your head that say, you know what, I don't give a fuck. Whatever it is, let it be. And I'm gonna do whatever I feels right, whatever make me feels me. Not because I'm living someone else's version of a successful life, but I'm living my version of how I should live my life. I've been there, and it wasn't for me. It wasn't the life that I want, but it was the life that other people around me want. They wanted it for themselves, they didn't have it, so they want me to have it because they thought it's the best thing to do. But if it's not true for you, then it's not. No need to fight. No need to fight it. So, if you're afraid of what people think or say about you, try to post an episode. Try to post another one. Try to do things that would make you feel like, oh fuck, they're gonna judge me. They're gonna think I'm a weirdo. Do those kind of things. Not because you want the fame, you want the money, you want to be famous or anything like that. But it's for you to prove yourself that you have to what it takes to overdrive the programming that has been encoded inside our brain that say you have to care about what other people say about you, or else you're gonna die. Because you're not gonna die. Look at me. 400 over 400 episodes in, and I'm still here, still alive. And when days like this, when I feel like giving up, when I feel like smashing everything, smashing things around, just want to get up and kick that damn TV right in the nut. But you know what? I'm not gonna do it. But this podcast is what keeping me going. Even though I'm not making money from it, even though I'm not making any crazy amount of subscriber or follower. But that doesn't mean I suck or I am a loser. Because to be a great master, you have to be a foolish beginner. And maybe for me, it's gonna take 600, 700, 800 episodes, or maybe over 1,000 for me to get better. Then so be it. So be it. And yes, I'm sitting here looking at my empty bank account, the empty portfolio. And now I'm wondering if I ever gonna make it out alive. Sorry, I just had... Oh God. I just had to screenshot my thing. Oh my God. It's not good. You know, I didn't want to look at it, but I look at it, and it's bad. You know that feeling when you look at something that makes you feel like you want to sink into the floor? And maybe everything that I've said so far is just bluffing. Because because I just pull out my phones and I look at the market, and it is going the it went exactly just how I thought it would. I knew. I knew it would come. But then I got emotional. I let all that fear get the best of me once again. Then I act based on my emotion. And guess what? I'm toasted because now I ran out of ammo. I ran out of juice. And there's nothing to pump into the tank. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. Well, there's nothing to do but to go take a damn shower and go to work. But yeah, I might gonna go home and do some sauna. Get my mind off things and do some meditation, you know. Something to get my mind out of this crappy hole that I got myself into. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.